The quantum fracture twisted in the Hellbent's viewport, a delicate thread in space-time's fabric. Captain Vic Deimos tightened his grip on the helm controls. He'd seen that telltale distortion before, right before losing half his crew in the Centauri incident. "Transition imminent," he announced. "Secure for jump?" His ragtag band of ex-soldiers and outlaws moved with practiced precision. Maglocks clicked as they secured themselves to their acceleration couches. No chatter, no wasted motion. Just the quiet hum of the ship's systems and the rising whine of the Casimir drive spooling up. Jessa, their nav officer, called out crisp status updates. Casimir field stable at 1 billion joules per cubic meter. Negative energy density holding. Wormhole aperture calculated. Vic nodded, focusing on the swirling vortex ahead. The math was solid, but quantum instabilities made every jump unpredictable. One hiccup in the exotic matter containment, and they'd scatter across thousands of light years of space-time. Initiating jump in 3, 2, 1. Reality twisted. For a finite moment, the universe ceased to exist. Then, with a bone-jarring lurch, the Hellbent tore through the fracture. Alarms blared as the ship tumbled, shields flaring against the quantum backwash. Vic tapped precise commands on the haptic interface, stabilizing their trajectory. "Status report." Cale's voice came through the comm, strained but steady. "Drive's redlined, Captain. Casimir plates are fried and the exotic matter tanks leaking like a sieve. We're not jumping again anytime soon." Vic swore under his breath. "Jessa, where are we?" Jessa worked her console, extracting data from the ship's quantum positioning system. "Correlating stellar cartography. We're in the Purgatory Expanse, approximately 12 parsecs from the Vorta Nebula." "Sensors are clear," added Rook, their security chief. "No signs of pursuit. Looks like we lost the consortium ships." A collective sigh of relief rippled through the bridge. They'd been running for weeks, always one step ahead of the corporate kill teams. This jump was supposed to lose them for good. Vic allowed himself a tight smile. "Good work, people. We might just—" The proximity alarm shrieked to life, cutting him off. Rook's console displayed a flurry of alerts. "Multiple contacts. 4 vessels on an intercept vector." "Consortium?" Vic snapped. Rook shook his head. "Unknown configuration. But their energy signatures are off the charts. Whatever they are, they're packing some serious firepower." Space lit up with a barrage of coherent light. The Hellbent rocked as its shields flared, barely deflecting the assault. "Evasive maneuvers," Vic commanded, rapidly adjusting holographic control projections. The ship lurched, narrowly avoiding another salvo. "Kale, I need options." "We're running on fumes, Captain," the engineer replied. "Main drive's toast. I can give you maybe 30% on the maneuvering thrusters, but that's it." Vic rapidly considered their options. They couldn't fight, couldn't run. A desperate plan formed. "What about the Casimir drive? Can we jumpstart it?" "Are you insane?" Cale shouted. "The containment field's barely holding as it is. If we try to fire it up now—" "We don't need a full jump," Vic cut in. "Just enough to create a localized distortion." "Think you can manage that?" A pause filled only by the whine of stressed hull plating. "Then, maybe. But it'll be a bumpy ride." "Do it," Vic ordered. "Jessa, plot a microjump. I want us right in the middle of that enemy formation." Jessa's eyes widened, but she nodded and got to work. The enemy ships closed in, energy weapons carving furrows in the Hellbent's shields. Vic gritted his teeth, maneuvering the ship in an erratic dance of near misses and glancing blows. "Ready on your mark, Captain," Cale called out. Vic watched the tactical display, waiting for the perfect moment. The enemy formation tightened, moving to surround them. "Now!" Space twisted again. This time, instead of a clean transition, reality tore. The Hellbent shuddered, alarm screaming as the overtaxed drive ripped a hole in space-time. For a heartbeat, nothing happened. Then the universe imploded. The localized singularity lasted less than a picosecond, but its effects were catastrophic. The enemy ships, caught in the gravitic maelstrom, disintegrated. The Hellbent, riding the edge of the event horizon, flung clear. Silence fell, broken only by the intermittent hiss of shorting systems and the labored breathing of the crew. Vic slumped in his chair, exhausted from the adrenaline crash. "Status?" he managed, his voice shaky. Rook checked his displays. "Clear. No sign of pursuit or debris." "Kale?" Vic called out. A weak chuckle came over the comm. "We're not exploding, so that's a plus. But don't ask me for any more miracles, Captain. We're running on spit and prayers now." Vic nodded, allowing himself a grim smile. "Good work, everyone. We're still breathing, and that's what counts." He turned to Jessa. "Plot us a course to the nearest outpost. We got repairs to make." As the Hellbent limped away, Vic stared at the star-flecked void of the purgatory expanse. They were alive but stranded in an unknown sector with a crippled ship and unknown dangers lurking in the darkness. But they'd survived, and out here on the ragged edge of known space, that was the only currency that mattered. This has been Hellbent, an amazing sci-fi story. Thank you for listening.